here. Let's select all the elements that we have. I'm gonna select this one. I'm gonna add it here. This is gonna be our logo. Every single item, if you guys see, has a height of 42. This is what we want to achieve. Every single element should have a height of 42. Our logo has a height of 26, okay? What we have to do is we have to add height to 42. So let's add 20 on the left and right, okay? Amazing. This is gonna be our logo. Then what we're gonna do, this is gonna be our active, our first active element, okay? Let's move it somewhere in the middle. We can do like so. Let's select both elements and let's move it to the middle. Great. Now we're gonna create 3 responsive options, okay? Header navigation. There's gonna be first one, which is gonna be 1440, and we're gonna create another one, which is gonna be, usually it's 768, and the third one is gonna be 375. All right, let's create our first one. I select all these elements and click add auto layout. This is gonna be our logo, and this is gonna be our right hand side. All right, great. What we're gonna do is we're gonna select all these elements. I'm gonna try to go slow so you guys can understand and can see every single step. Let's select all these elements right here. We're gonna go to the right hand side and we're gonna click add an auto layout. All right, great. So if you can see, the height of this header navigation is 42. Ideal height of header navigation is between 76 or 74. Make sure it's 8 pixel increments to 80. The height can be bigger and smaller, but this is ideal. So for this instance, we're gonna stick it to 80. All right, and let's add the padding too. Now let's look right here. We have 66. Okay, so let's keep increasing till we get to 80. Amazing, we got 19. So what we want to do is, we're not gonna have 19, let's go to 18. All right, great. 78 is between, on the higher end of just the sizes that we just discussed, 80 and 74, and that would be on the higher end, which is acceptable. I'm happy with that. Okay, so 18, then we're gonna left and right. Usually what I'm doing is I'm creating 121 on the sides, okay, because this is the minimum that we wanted to do, because otherwise if you're gonna make it smaller, it's fine if it works for the specific websites, but you need a breathing room. So ideally I would set our container, which I'm gonna discuss it later, to the specific size, but the overall header navigation is gonna have 1440. All right, great. So you can see right now we got bigger padding on the right and the left. So let's fix that. What we're gonna do is position the content. Let's have us aligned center, and let's just gonna click X. Okay, if you click X, what it's gonna do is gap is gonna set to split between. All right, this is gonna allow us that when we resize our menu, so the menu items responsive behavior works as expected. There is different ways to do that, but I'll just show you the simplest one. Okay, if you want to see the most complicated one, how every single element is being responsive to the header navigation, please let me know and I'll create it. Okay, because what we're gonna do next time is we're gonna use the wrap option, and we're gonna set the minimum width and the maximum width, and the minimum height and maximum height, what is gonna allow us that we're gonna create three options. So when we resize this, it's gonna go the way it does on CSS on a website. Okay, it's kinda this kind of behavior. Okay, so let's put desktop. All right, so let's put it 1440 pixel. Amazing. Let's add fill, add it to white. Okay, this is gonna be our active element. As you guys can see, it's not very visible, so let's add the color to be more active, I would say. So also what I wanted to do, I want to add some stroke. I really like that. I'm just gonna make it a bit darker, and I'm gonna add the stroke color to stroke width to 1 pixel. Okay, just gonna make the color more visible. Here we go. Now it looks great. If you guys can see, it has a very subtle color, which gives this nice look. So first, let's add the color for our logo right here. If you guys can see, the logo is a bit smaller. What I wanted to do is I want to increase the size. Usually gonna have your logo with the specific size, but I'm gonna discuss this later. All right, if you guys gonna adjust the header nav left and right, you're gonna see that all the elements, they have correct constraints, right? Let's duplicate this desktop version and let's create a responsive tablet one. Okay, as we said, that is the tablet is gonna be 768 pixels. All right, this menu items we're gonna remove from here, and we also wanna do, let's just make this smaller bit. Okay, and then next what we have to do is we either go to our resources right here or click on plugins and run some plugin. I usually run this plugin right here to give me a good set of icons. Okay, so let's pick our icon, which is gonna be our burger menu. What we wanted to do is just make sure it's smaller. All right, it's got like that. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna select it, and we're gonna go to Autolayout, align it to the left, and we're gonna click 8 pixels around padding. Okay, and then we're gonna add it to our menu. Amazing. So let's put it 68. Right, then great. Now padding on the left and the right for the tablet devices ideally should be between 24 and 32 pixels. You can leave more, you can leave less. I would suggest you have a margin with select of 32 pixels. Okay, great. And the height should be obviously smaller. When you create usually header navigation and you have buttons, CTAs right here, usually gonna have 3 CTAs. You're gonna have large, small, medium, and small. I suggest you use large CTAs for the desktop. Use medium for the tablet and use small for a mobile device. Okay, great. Now let's decrease the padding right here to 12 because 66 is still big. So let's put it to 10. 62 still big. I feel like this button is too big. Then let's decrease this button height. Let's put it, so it has 14. Let's put it to 12. All right, so we're gonna have 18 and then I'm gonna have 12 right here. Okay, the same is gonna be, we'll have 8. Let's put it to 8 as well. I have 2 more pixels. Let's put it to 6. Amazing, great. Now let's decrease it to 8 because it's 54, it's fine. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna move this element right here inside, and we're gonna add the padding to 28. Okay, gonna keep this on like that. You know what we're gonna do, guys? We're actually gonna move this out because we wanted to give it more padding between them. The reason being is, if the, let me just align it and I'll explain. The reason being is on tablet and mobile devices, users gonna use their finger usually, so we don't want it to put it too close to each other, because ideally if it has to be a padding between 24 to 40 pixels. Okay, so we're gonna choose a sweet spot. It's gonna be 32. This will allow us enough room right here so if the user wanna click on the menu, the probability that he will click the get started button is very small. But if you want to be sure 100%, we can just add this to 40, but you know, up to you. I think 32 is fine. The same applies right here. Okay, let's check our paddings, then let's make sure we have split between, and let's check if the elements have responsive behavior. Okay, that's great. Now let's get this element and let's duplicate it, and this is gonna be our mobile one. Okay, as we mentioned, our mobile is gonna be 375 pixels. All right, awesome. So let's decrease the width to 375. Let's have our logo paddings, reduce it to 4, but maybe they will be reduced to 0. Okay, we're gonna decrease the height of the actual menu is gonna be to 24. Ideally, I want it to be, I don't ever want to have 24.1, 30.2, everything has to be correct. Okay, so let's make sure we have our smaller button. So let's get this text to 10. All right, let's increase it to 8, and let's put this is to 10. Amazing. This one as well is gonna go to 10. All right, we're gonna keep the padding to 16 between them. We're gonna leave the padding to 12, we're gonna reduce to 24. The padding on the horizontal, on the left and right, we're gonna reduce it to 20. All right, we can put 20, and we can also have 16. I wouldn't go lower than 16, and maybe higher than 24. So if we choose the sweet spot, ideally that would be 16. I want to do it 20 because I think this is better. Also, let's do the same for our logo and reduce the logo height to 0. Okay, because so what we have right here, it's 30, it's 26, so we need, what is that, two pixels. Now it's great. Let's also make sure the responsive behavior works. Nice. Okay, great. Now when we have our header navigation elements, what we wanted to do next is let's group them and let's create variants. I had a lot of questions regarding the variants because many of you guys said that it wasn't clear how to set those variants, so I'm gonna go slow and just try to explain it as best as I can. Okay, so let's select all these elements that we have, 1, 2, and 3, and let's go right here on the top corner and let's click create multiple components. All right, let's click it. Now we've created multiple components. Do not click outside because we want these elements to be selected. Let's go right here on the right, and you see this button says combine as variants. This is what we wanted to do. We want to combine them as variants. Great. Now you see we have our components, which is gonna be header nav, right? This is gonna be our header navigation. 1, 2, 3. If you look right here, it says property desktop, property tablet, and property mobile. This is not what we want it to be. So now here is very important part. Let's highlight all these elements 1, 2, and 3, and we want to click is Command or Ctrl R to rename all these elements. All right, great. Now what we want to do is actually create this variance states. What is going to happen is if you're not going to define it correctly at this stage, then the switch between the elements won't happen. So you have to be very pay attention right here. Okay, so first state what I want is define is size. This is how I like to do it. So first size is L, which is large, right? Makes sense. Property, then it's going to be our state equals default. All right, default, comma. Make sure every single state is divided by comma. Okay, because if you don't do that, it won't work. All right, let's go next. So we have our size and we have our state, right? What else we wanted to do? We can have color. We're not gonna have it for this one, but just to show you, color equals dark. All right, so let's stop it for now. I'm gonna have here, you can add the numbers, we don't need that. And now we're gonna click rename. Okay, so now if you look right here, every single element has the same state, the same name. And if you see right here, it says select conflicting variants. That means that within this component, within all these variants, they all have the same values, right? And if I'm gonna, let's say I'm gonna get one of these elements and I'm gonna try to change it, there's nothing for me to change because they haven't been set up correctly. Okay, let's delete it. Let's go first. This is gonna be our desktop. We're gonna leave size, keep it too large. State, we're gonna keep it default because the default state is the only one we've created, and the color is gonna be light. Okay, because it's light. When we're gonna create a dark version, we're gonna have define it as dark. So let's create it light. Next one is gonna be our tablet one. So let's put it add new. Okay, and let's put it M, which is from medium. State is gonna be default and the color is gonna be light. Great. Next is gonna be our mobile. We're gonna go right here, we're gonna add new. It's gonna say S. The state is gonna be default and the color is gonna be light. All right, so now if you see, Figma is very smart. If we've added first dark, right, but it doesn't see that we don't have any dark elements in here in terms of the way we've named it, right, and it just automatically removed it, which I think is very cool. Great. Now let's position this on the top. Let's say we're gonna create a duplicate, which we're gonna click Alt and just gonna drag this outside. Now we have instance. This is our instance right here. If we go to on the right hand side right here and start switching between the element sizes, as you can see that they do change. All right, that means all the elements and all the values has been set out correctly. Now if we're gonna click right here and gonna highlight our component, we're not gonna see that error message that says invalid or conflict values. That means all these elements have been done correctly. Okay, amazing. Now let me show you how to add it to the actual mockup. Okay, first we're gonna go right here, we're gonna select our desktop, and we've created 1440 by 1024. So let's drag this frame. Okay, and let's move this out and let's position it right here. See, right now it blends in. What I like to do is to add a stroke, right? And then if you guys don't know, right here you can also to customize it, or you can add it straight to the bottom. I like to add it straight to the bottom, but if I can't, then I go and customize it. Let's click it one, okay, and let's add the color to match this color right here. I think that's a bit too hard. We want it to be very, very subtle, just to have a small divider. Here we go. That's amazing. Ideally, what we're gonna do, guys, is gonna use the same color as we already used here, because we have to be consistent. All right, now it looks much better. Amazing. Next, let's create our tablet. So let's go to select frame, let's go to tablets, and we check right here. We don't have 768, right? But we're gonna create it ourselves. So we're gonna add it here. This is gonna be 1440. This is gonna be 768. All right, and let's adjust it. Amazing. Gonna get this element, we're gonna position it right here. Okay, I'm gonna define it to medium. Now if we're gonna position it, it looks exactly how we want it to be, right? Next, let's create another frame and let's add for our mobile one. Okay, so let's duplicate this element. The way I'm duplicating, guys, if I'm just holding Option or Alt on a Windows machine, and I'm gonna duplicate, just drag it. Now let's switch this to small and add it right here. Amazing, great. What I want to do, let's say, add some images so it looks nicer. I like to just go use Unsplash. I'm pretty sure you guys aware of this plugin. It's probably the most used plugin in Figma. So I'm gonna go to preset and just say insert random, and it's gonna fill this all these frames with different images. Let's make sure this is different because it looks weird to me. Let's put minimal. Okay, that works. Now I'm gonna spend time just to pick the right image. Okay, great. So let's stop right here. Now when we have all our elements, so let's say right here I've created multiple screens and I wanted to do some amendments to this exact instance. So I'm gonna this exact instances. I'm just gonna go to my main component. I'm just gonna add products to let's say what it says. Say services, right? I've got services right there. That's fine. Now if you guys look, all the elements, all this amendment has been done across all screens. Okay, this is how you create responsive header navigation in Figma using variants as well. If you guys have any questions, please do let me know, and I will cover the next option, which is wrap option. Okay, this is new update that Figma has released recently. It was like a few months ago. So this wrap right here, what it allows you to do is to set the width on the actual header nav. So when you reach a certain point, this header nav will transition to mobile or tablet and vice versa. So yeah, let me know if you guys want me to cover this topic, and I will do it. All right, thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions, as usually, please do leave them in the comment section below, and have a great day.